So you talked about that it seemed, you know, like the sinus drainage and all was worse and all that, so it probably is. Okay.
I bet it is, those trees.
Well, yeah, you got a few pine trees around your house, haven't you? Okay, here we go. This is your note. You got it? All right. Breathe on me. Breathe on me. Holy Spirit. All right, let's do it again. Breathe. This is your note. No. Breathe. No. We're gonna do it. Breathe. Okay. Breathe on me. Breathe on me. Holy Spirit. Why do you keep missing that word?
I want to talk about Father. I think we're going to recruit.
Now, Mother, you sang it perfectly.
I know it, but
before.
No, somebody's asking me to do it. Now was doing it for fun. That day.
All right. I'm gonna.
It is not heavenly who?
Heavenly Spirit. Let's see. No, Holy Spirit.
Oh.
You got me confused.
Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Okay. Breathe. That's your note.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Breathe on me.
I was thinking about that man who opened that street, that hole.
That what?
That hole, they're putting somebody in the hole over there.
Oh, Lord. Now, we did this so good before I turned the camera on. I'm going to turn the camera off and we'll practice one more time. Okay. Okay. All right. This is another practice round.
Holy who?
Holy Spirit. The Father, Son, the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit. Okay.
All right. This is a good practice round.
Okay.
Yeah. Quit.
Got messed up now.
Okay. We're ready?
Okay.
Okay. Breathe on me. Breathe on. What are you over there going? Okay, here we go. Serious. Serious. Concentrate. Focus. You're fixing to perform at Carnegie Hall.
I'm fixing to faint dead in the track.
Okay, here we go. Breathe. Breathe on me. Breathe on me. Holy Spirit, breathe on me. Take thou my heart, cleanse every part. Holy Spirit, breathe on me.
I have not been a good person today.
Oh, I never did turn the camera off. That was one of Mother's favorite songs when I was a little girl. But she couldn't remember who the Holy Spirit was. That is not a good sign. Sorry, Holy Spirit. I think you need to do some talking to him.
I might be doing that.
You may know. You saying Holy Father.
Well, it's about the same thing.
Same thing, only different. That's what Janice, my friend, says. Same thing, only different. he knows your little mind is not real sharp today. We're going to the eye doctor to get her eye shots, but she's not seeing real good, and she hadn't felt the greatest the last few days. Not bad, just we got to get your blood pressure checked.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Got to get your blood pressure checked. So, we're going to Cracker Barrel to get some lunch.
Finish running our beautiful figure.
Oh, well, mine is hopeless.
Mine is just
bad. But We are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God.
Yeah, but we could have had a better shape.
He said, what have you done to the body I gave you?
That's what it is. Exactly.
Hey, Mama, they liked your little skinny jeans the other day, your little skinny legs.
Who did?
Some of my viewers did. They said, look at Mama and her little skinny jeans.
Yeah,
I wear skinny jeans, but my legs are so big, they're not skinny.
tell them I'm actually an old husband.
She's a huzzy wannabe. I'm about to starve. I felt really bleh when I got up. You know, you called me and I just drank a cup of...
I never feel that when I get up. That is not... I can't wait till I get to the toilet.
Well, I didn't eat any breakfast.
I like to run my own mama crazy.
I drank, she said that when she was little that she could tell, I called my grandmother Doll, and she said she could tell that Doll and Papa wanted just to have a few minutes quiet and eat breakfast together before the herd of children got up. And Mother said that the minute that she smelt any breakfast that she bolted out of bed and that she was the first one to eat.
I have always been that way about breakfast.
So how old do you think you were?
Well, let's see. Probably 7 or 8 or something like that. Maybe a little bit.
What is your very first memory?
Going to school without the shoes on.
She started to school in the 1st grade and walked to school the first day with no shoes.
With my brothers and sisters.
With her brothers and sisters with no shoes.
And they got me some bought the next day.
Got some bought the next day, but she started to school in the 1st grade with no shoes.
But no, that's how poor.
But that was was that during the Depression?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Depression might have been getting over, but it was
so that would have been, you were born in 27, so that would have been 31?
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, 33.
Okay.
33.
Yeah.
1933.
You can tell them what I knew all about when Hitler
Well, did your
died.
brothers, did you know about, you remember when Hitler died?
No, I don't remember. I remember when it all started, and I remember how we all listened and everything, and we just knew this was going to blow us away because we had a whistle they blowed up there. We didn't.
Had a whistle that they blew in the community?
In the company, and they'd blow it, and then we'd put out cover off the windows. And Dave finally said, how could the Japanese find Black Creek?
That was a little mining town they were in.
But we were.
But because you don't remember any of the stuff about Adolf Hitler, do you?
No, not really. The only thing I remember is the war. It was in my mind. It was just the war.
Yeah, the war.
And
now and now the wars are televised.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But see, as I got older, I was just absolutely wanted to read about it all the time.
And Mother loves history.
Yeah, and it's just different things though.
Yeah. Hey, we're fixing to go into Cracker Barrel, and let me tell you what she'll eat: dumplings, slaw, and fried apples. That's what I get her every time.
I love it.
She never changes. Never changes.
We don't do it that often.
Hey, that cart was fixing to leave. I think I'll go back. But we'll be back with y'all in a few minutes. Bye. She's been saying for a year, there's something in the air. Something making my nose run. And I was like, it's not just now in the air. It's all the time with you. And she said, I'm so glad I've got a bookkeeper. I think she's ungrateful for her Uber driver. I'll put your Uber butt out with that man.
Yeah, well, I like to run
So we're going down the road earlier.
I have some kind of problem. When I get close to men, I can't walk straight.
What?
These old men, they look at me and
No, you said he didn't. The man a while ago, you was wanting him to look at you and he didn't even lift his head. It's probably because he was having to watch his feet where he was walking. Probably, don't take it personally. I think it's probably because he was so old he was shuffling his feet.
I know it. And another thing too, who looks at anything that's getting at this age?
Well, you were looking at him, so there is hope.
Long-legged fella looked kind of good, but
okay, so we're going down the road a while ago, a stretch of road where there are no houses, and I've actually shown you some of it because the new bridge they're putting in there. I'm not telling you, I'm telling them. You were there, you know it.
Oh, see, I've done
She's already forgot. She thought I was telling her.
I'll just tell you again.
So, but anyway, we slowed down and I said, what in the world? And there was a man, and now it's 48 degrees it's a really chilly day. I mean, I love days like this when it's the sun is shining and it's brisk. It's not spring and it's not winter, but anyway, it's pretty cold.
Just like those.
And I know you people up north saying 28 degrees is not cold, but what I'm saying is it's a chilly day. And I slowed down my car because there is a guy on the side of the road in shorts and a short sleeve shirt on crutches with one leg.
You sound like you run into a machine.
I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that poor old amputee doing out on the side of the road with no clothes on hardly in this cold weather? And where has he been? And where is he going? There's no houses for a couple of miles. And I'm like, so I'm on the phone with Ashley and I'm like, oh my Lord. And Ashley's like, what, mother? And so I started telling her, I said, I'm hanging up because I'm calling 911 because there was a huge coal truck. We have coal trucks where we live, big coal trucks, because we do a lot of coal business in Alabama. And there was a coal truck coming up, and I mean, just the air off that huge coal truck could have blown him off his crutches into the ditch. So I called 911. He said, ma'am, what's your emergency? And I said, well, I really don't have an emergency, but I've got a real scary situation. And so I told him, and I said, you know, you may not think this merits calling. He said, no, ma'am, that's fine. And I said, well, I just think it's a disaster waiting to happen. And I told him, I said, I cannot even imagine where he came from, how cold he is, and where he's going. Because there were no houses for almost a mile. It's just an area that you go through where there's no houses. So I called 911 and told them. And then we get to the restaurant and we find out that our local high schools are on lockdown. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But we have a rail trail in our town, and they said there was a suspicious man with, he's carrying something over his shoulder.
They're just scared.
And they're just scared. After Florida, who's not scared. And then in Birmingham yesterday, we had, I don't understand this story at all because it makes no sense. 2 students shot, and they're calling it an accidental shooting. Somebody said they may call it that until they find out the reason for it, but they just need to say it's a shooting. But anyway, a beautiful 18-year-old girl was killed. And this was right when it was time for the bell to ring, or the bell had just rung. And the other student is a male. It makes you wonder if it was a attempted homicide suicide. Makes you wonder, because they don't say that there's a third person involved, and nobody's been taken into custody. So anyway, I don't know. That happened just yesterday in Birmingham. The whole surrounding area, not everybody, and we're about 25 minutes out of Birmingham, and everybody on Facebook was talking about last night, how can that be an accidental shooting? I mean, you take a gun to school, more than likely there's going to be a problem. Oh, I don't know. Crazy world. If you got children, grandchildren, you better be praying protection over them every day. Because this world, I've been listening to Beth Moore a good bit, and she's one of the best teachers I've ever heard. She knows so much. And she's like, guys, this world is crazy. I'm like, yes it is. And it's good to hear someone that you put a lot of trust in to say that, you know, you're not the only one who thinks that you're going crazy with this world being so crazy.
I'll tell you, it's a mess.
And Mama walked to school bare feet.
Come back barefoot.
Come back barefoot, but had shoes. So Mother was raised in a small mining town. That's what her daddy did. Worked in the coal mines and made nothing almost. And
that was 100 years ago.
Hey, it was 91 years ago. We laugh and joke and say, oh, that was 100 years ago. Well, yeah. In your case, it was.
Yeah.
But they had what they called a commissary. I think the military still call commissary. I think they still call their
it's a
stores.
store that you get everything, clothes and everything.
Yeah,
food and everything.
and it's, you know, I guess y'all kept a running ticket too, didn't you?
No, we didn't take no ticket. They took your
clacker.
Yeah, clacker. That's what they call it.
Y'all know what clacker is?
It's just a
Google.
Company money is what it is.
Google clacker and see. That's what they used during the Depression. It was company money, and they would use it.
What they do is take it off you.
They'd take it off, you know, what you owe, but it was company money. It's weird. I think John's got a couple of pieces of clacker.
I have got one or two myself.
So, but hard times. And Mother, how old were you when you got run over by that T-model?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Mother said if it had been a regular car, it would have killed her because it went right over her. But she ran out.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even school age.
Before you started school?
See, I saw, that's how come out there. I saw some boys and girls walking up, and I thought it was my brothers and sisters. And I run down, and this lady was coming along, driving very slow, and what was it, a Model A, I believe, and she straddled me. When I got there, she hit me with
So she must have knocked you down.
She did knock me down, and I was
How did that keep from killing you?
She wasn't going, she had slowed down on account of those children. And she was just creeping along. And I walked right in front of that car, and so she stopped, and when she stopped, I was right under the back wheel.
Mother said she could see all up underneath the car because, you know, they were so high.
Yeah.
And said she could see up underneath the car. But
And they took me down to the company doctor, and he rattled me around some and saying that I was all right.
So it just hit you just right, just to knock you down, and she went over you.
Right in the center of the front.
Yeah. Didn't you say you could see like the underneath chassis of it as she ran over you?
I was under the back
axle.
Axle. I looked up, but you know it's
Did she realize she had hit you then?
Oh Lord, yeah, she'd stop it.
God, that's scary. There wouldn't have been no me.
And it was not her
no
fault.
Ashley. No Reed Red Riggs.
I know. They wouldn't have been none of y'all. Y'all wouldn't have looked exactly the same way, for sure. But if I know your daddy, he'd been hunting somebody something.
Well, I'm glad it was you, because you did calm that family down substantially. We got some good blood in there. I'm glad I've got calming good sense from my mama and my grandmother.
We had a lot of good blood in our good brain, which is everything was so hard to go.
Well, when you lived through, you know, of course, Mother was very young during the Great Depression, but still was greatly affected by it.
In 27.
So we don't know what wants or needs are until you go through something like what they went through. And I pray that we don't ever, but
my mom would go up and dig coal out the edge of the mines just to have.
Your mother would?
Her and other ladies.
Go dig coal out of the edge of the mines, just have coal to
just be opening coming out. Just like,
yeah, you just went in it.
And they'd go dig it. They'd bring it home.
We're fixing to get in some traffic. Birmingham is having a major reconstruction of, we've always called it Malfunction Junction because it's been here like 50 years. And from the time, it's where all of our interstates come together. And they are reconstructing it. It's massive. I mean, there's new lanes going everywhere. And so I don't want to be doing, although I can see perfectly fine, I don't want to be doing this while we go through it. So, but we're fixing to go to the eye doctor. We just wanted to come on. I'm so glad y'all got to hear her sing. Holy Father, Holy Spirit, Mother.
I'm not singing. I haven't made the office mess out of that.
So I told her, I said, Mother, we got to practice some more because you got a good voice. She used to, I used to love to hear her sing when I was little. I'd sit beside her in church, and I used to, because she's always had such a strong alto voice, and I'd love to hear her sing. So,
well, it's getting wore out.
Well, everything you got's getting worn out.
You got that right.
But we're going to go.
Tell them we're not having a party for my birthday.
No, we're not. She's told me 4 times.
I'm going to tell you again.
I don't want you to have a party. And I said, don't worry, we're not.
Yeah, but I know how sneaky you are.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. Okay. We had a 90th birthday party. We'll have a 95th birthday party.
Well, I probably you'll be doing it and be sitting down.
Well, now we might want to go out to eat.
Well, something like that, but I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're not going to do a party like we did last year.
No.
And but she keeps saying, do not give me a perm. I'm like, I'm not. I'm gonna go because we're getting in traffic. Love y'all. Tell them bye, Mama.
Bye.
Bye.